Hello and welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn. This is the week ahead reading for February 14th to the 20th. It is for Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And for those individuals under those signs who have those signs in their sun, moon, rising, and Venus. So for this, I'm using the week ahead spread, right? And the cards are not done in regular chronological sequence, like it doesn't go from Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday. The sequence that I'm using here is based on the ancient system of the planetary hours, in which each of the 7 classical planets ruled a day of the week. The days of the week, this is not based on their order, just based on the way that we know it to be. So Monday, the ruling planet is the moon. Tuesday, the ruling planet is Mars. Wednesday, it's Mercury. Thursday is Jupiter. Friday is Venus. Saturday is Saturn. And Sunday is the Sun. The card positions for this layout relates to the order of spheres according to the Greek scholar Ptolemy, who arranged the planets in a sequence based upon the decreasing speed of their orbits, beginning with the fast-moving moon, then followed by Mercury, which is Wednesday, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and finally slow-turning Saturn, which is Saturday. In Ptolemy's order, these planets rule the days Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And so this is the order in which I read the cards, right? So the card that came out, this is the signifier card. It's the first card for the reading. This is an indication of the overall energy of the reading, and what the theme and the focus of the reading is. And the card that came out for you guys is 8 of Cups in the reverse. The 8 of Cups, the energy associated with this card is a card of kind of, walking away, right? It's walking away from something that has hurt you emotionally. There is an idea here that something is revealed to you that hurts you, and as a result, you walk away. You might not necessarily have wanted to leave, but due to the situation, you've probably felt like you had no choice. It's a type of like escapism energy, like, trying to get away from something, walking away from something. But it's also an idea here of kind of like being aimless or indecisive, or you might be giving something one more try, even though you should be leaving it. You want to give it a second chance. The question that's attached to this card is usually like, should I leave or should I give it a second chance? Biggie, give me one more chance. Anyway, just dealing with a situation that's overall disappointing and feeling like, okay, should I leave? Is it worth it to leave or should I stay? This could kind of mean like you feel like you invested a lot of time and energy and also a lot of emotion into this card. Sorry, not into this card, a lot of energy and emotion into this situation. And so you're hesitant about walking away from it. But it could also mean that you're avoiding looking at the situation because it's like, you really are indecisive about, where you want to go and, if you want to leave. So it's really also too an idea here that it's like you're kind of like hesitating to make your next move because you're really trying to figure out what your next step is going to be. And so that's the energy, that's the overall energy of this reading for this month, for this week. But there's also the idea here that you're kind of like waiting for some type of timing attached to this. I don't know. I get temperance energy. I get hanged man type of energy. And 4 of Swords energy with this is like, you're really in between taking a space. So this is something that could have happened before. And now you're in the space where you're trying to figure out what your next steps are. Or you might find that this week you're going to come to a point where you're going to have to decide where you're going to go moving forward. I am using the Grand Tableau, the Normand Oracle deck, as a clarifier here. And the cards that came out to clarify the situation is the Bouquet, the Dog card, the garden, and also the heart card. Okay, so this could be something that is like a matter of the heart with the heart card here. There's a sense of loyalty and just like overall niceness. And I feel like that is in conflict with the way that you feel in terms of moving away. You might be feeling conflicted because there is affection for this person that you're walking away from. With the heart card here, this is kind of like signifying that it could be like a romantic relationship. And it could be one that has been around for a long time with the dog card here. There's a sense of being polite and not necessarily speaking how you feel about something out of a sense of loyalty. It kind of feels a little phony to me. I don't know why. It feels a little phony, but it's like a sense of obligation or a sense of duty or a sense of just being nice or playing nice because it's the socially accepted thing to do. But internally, there is a little bit of confliction with that. This could be centered around something that is public, like your relationship could be public, or the dynamics surrounding the relationship is public, or you don't necessarily want to go public with what it is that you're feeling. And so, like I said, it feels like a little bit of a hesitation in terms of moving forward with this decision, or to walk away from something, due to the fact that it's a public nature. The relationship might be public, or you don't want to go public with it. Like, I feel like you don't want to kind of expose that. The person, like I said, may be nice, and you just, it's not anything necessarily that they might have done. Although, we'll see what the rest of the cards are saying. But it's just, you do care for them and you have affection for them and you have a sense of loyalty for them. And I feel like this is kind of the driving force behind the hesitation that is present here with the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to read the cards in terms of like the days of the week in terms of how we know them. And so for Monday, the card that came out is the Emperor in reverse, right? So the Emperor reverse for Monday. Monday is considered Moon Day. It's ruled by the moon. And whenever I see the moon, well, actually the moon is missing, but in the Eight of Cups, in the traditional Rider-Waite depiction, the Eight of Cups is showing a moon, right? Which is usually an indication that something comes out that is causing the person to move away from the situation. And in this card, in the position of the moon, Moon Day, Monday, is the Emperor in reverse. So for some of you, it could mean that some information is coming to you about an emperor, the emperor in your life. It could be a masculine presenting person who is like a father figure, a boss. It could be a partner. So something could be coming out about them that is causing you to feel like you want to kind of, you're indecisive about moving away, but it's making you want to move away because you feel like something is missing. And the information that's presented to you is the information that was missing. The Emperor in reverse is an indication of someone who is domineering, who is very very rigid in the way that they think, meaning they don't think outside of what they know. They're not really open to other things. It could be that they are just being domineering and controlling over you, or the relationship feels a little bit restrictive to you if this is in terms of like a relationship situation. The Emperor shows up in reverse. It's usually like an indication that you need to be paying attention to your commitments, to your goals and your discipline, because this card is of a person that is very disciplined. And when it's, in the reverse, it's like you have to look at the way that you handle discipline to make sure that the job gets done. This, like I said, this could also factor in with the idea that there's a type of like loyalty or commitment to this person, which is the reason why you don't want to necessarily walk away from the situation, because the dog card did come out, and that is like a sense of loyalty. In terms of relationships, the Emperor card is indicating that there's like an imbalance of power in the dynamic of the relationship, where one person is kind of like taking the position of being the authoritative figure in the situation, but they're also the one that calls all the plays. and you might not necessarily feel like you have independence and the freedom that you desire within the relationship, or the freedom and independence to make decisions based on yourself. And so it's kind of making you feel a little bit strained. Or like I said, this could be a person, or this could be like the overall energy of the dynamic that's happening for you on Monday, which is coming into your awareness. The Also to note, the Emperor card is like the card that represents Aries energy, which is like Mars energy. So there's like an idea of like, the fight, because Mars is associated with the fight. But some of you could be dealing with an Aries individual, and that's the reason why this card is showing up. Okay, so the clarification for the Emperor in reverse is the Lily card and the Child card. So again, there's this idea that there is a history here with this person. You might have known them since childhood, but also there's like a type of innocence that you might have that's kind of like playing out in this situation. Like I said, there is like an imbalance of power. So one person is kind of like presenting like the person is kind of like running the situation, and the other person is kind of like deferring to that other individual because of their inexperienced sexually. They might be really innocent, but also there's an element here of having a child, right? So you could have a child with this person, or you could have found out that you're pregnant with a child with this person, which is leading to your like indecisiveness in terms of what to do, because now like if you were thinking about leaving, like you really can't, or you feel like you can't because you have a child with this person. So there's a deepening in of a connection with this person, which is leading to like these feelings of being indecisive or unsure about how to move forward. The card that came out for Tuesday is the Sun card, and Tuesday is affiliated with the planet Mars, which is kind of like aggressive energy, fighting energy. And so the Sun coming up on Tuesday is an indication that you are trying to remain positive. You're trying to kind of look at the brighter side of things, and you're fighting, you're fighting for your happiness, right? So that is a focus for you. I feel like you want to be happy. And so you're trying to find the light in the situation no matter what. And if it's like a situation, like I said, if you find out that you are with a child, that is a happy moment. And so that is a happy part of the situation, despite anything else that's going on. So there is, like I said, with the Sun card showing up on Jupiter, on Mars Day, it is an indication that there is a fight to be happy. The card that comes out for Wednesday is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles is showing up on Wednesday. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. This is fast energy, fast incoming energy. And it's also an indication of messages, right? Mercury is the messenger. It's affiliated with Hermes, which is the messenger god. So you might be getting incoming messages about money, about finances, a gift of wealth being given to you by a paternal figure, a male figure in your life. You could be getting, some money for yourself in order to lay down roots and lay down a foundation to navigate away from the situation. There's also the element here of control of finances. So you could be with someone who's a little cheap, or someone who's really controlling of the finances. And so that kind of brings up the question about what it is that's keeping you in a situation where you're unsure if you want to stay or leave. And there's other factors to think about. I feel like money might be at the core of this. So you want to look at your relationship with money in terms of the dynamic of this situation, whatever it is, and how it's influencing your ability or your inability to stay or to go. Mercury is a planet, again, of fast action. And so this means that money can come and go quickly in your life. So it could be slipping in and out of your fingers, and you can't hold on to it enough to build what it is that you want to build. So that is also something to think about. The card that came out for Thursday is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is an indication that there's like a falling out, a fight, a type of conflict, argument, a disagreement. And it feels like no matter what happens in terms of these discussions, that you feel like you can't really win. And so it's a little bit frustrating for you. There is a song that keeps coming up into my head, and the lyrics are, "Wonder how much more of this I can take. Is it too much?" And I feel like you're asking yourself that question, like, how long do I have to go through this? How long, is this, going to be happening for? I don't know how much more of this I can take. And that is actually attributing back to, the Eight of Cups and like your indecisiveness. I feel like you think that this will pass. And like I said, it's a lot of in and out energy. So, 1 second, you're okay. Like you said, you're fighting to be happy. Money could be also a controlling factor in this equation also. And then, we're back to arguing again by Thursday. The card that came out for Friday is the Three of Wands. So the Friday is ruled by Venus, which is, the planet about all things love. And so the Three of Wands is looking like, the Three of Wands is expansion energy. It's progress. It's looking at, looking outwards for something, right? It could also indicate travel, a desire to get away, a desire to travel, and ultimately leaning into looking at what the future holds. I really get some like daydream type vibes, right? In terms, like I said, the ruling planet is Venus, and so we're talking about like relationships, and in the dynamic of that's kind of playing out in these cards is like I get the thing, the feeling that it is too much for you, right? It's too much going on. The arguing, you trying to fight for your happiness, not sure if you want to leave, not sure if you want to walk away, and then like this overbearing energy that's kind of over you. And I really get the sense that you're like in this daydream mode where you really are looking forward and planning on moving away from the situation and kind of thinking about the plans that you want to make. Like I said, this could be an indication of you traveling somewhere. This could be a vacation. This could be a movement, a way out of your situation. And I feel like you're ready to kind of deal with whatever challenges come with this decision to kind of like move away. The card that came up for Saturday is the Page of Swords. And Saturday is ruled by the planet Saturn, which is really about restriction, obligation, rules and regulations, and discipline. And so I feel like what's happening here is that you are basically studying. You're focused on studying. That could be outside of the equation, just going back to school, learning as much as you can, but you can also be implementing a plan. There's like a mental prowess that is attached to that, really kind of focusing on this new plan and this new idea and how to basically be successful in what it is that you're planning. And so with the Three of Wands energy showing up the day before, I really feel like this is a plan to kind of get away. You might be planning to get out of the situation, right? Really trying to figure out a way whether or not, you might be implementing study as a factor. Like I said, going back to school so that you can obtain a job that pays you a salary enough that you feel like you don't need to be dependent on someone else to financially speaking. And so that is your plan to help you to move away. But some of you could be using it as a distraction from the situation overall, focusing on kind of getting as much knowledge or just reading, really just kind of like going internally and really focusing more on like like your education and the things that you can learn and the things that you can do as a way to not think about the dynamic of the situation. The Page of Swords is like Gemini, Virgo energy, and that is Mercury, which is Wednesday, which is the card for Ace of Pentacles, which again, like I said, you could really be focused on your money, really trying to figure out a way to make more money, implementing study, just kind of getting sharper with your skill set in terms of skill set. You focus on the thing that pays you. So you're focusing on, working on learning as much as you can in order to increase your financial aspects of your life. The card that came out for Sunday is the Four of Cups in the reverse. And I don't know, but this card made me laugh because it feels like you're planning your great escape. Like this is that daydream energy that I was like talking about with the Three of Wands. And the way that the cards lay out, it's actually on the top crowning, is the Three of Wands looking at the Four of Cups, who is looking at the Sun card, right? So it's really like a thing where if you look at the way the cards play out, it's like you've made a decision in your mind about moving away from the situation, making plans to expand, to move away, and then instituting the time and energy to kind of figure out and lay out your plans, and working towards that end goal. And in the process, you're like daydreaming about it. You're daydreaming about that point where you can be able to kind of accomplish that. The cards that came out for the clarification is the Key, the Stork, and the Mouse. The Stork is basically transformation energy, change, and the Mouse is here in terms of like talking about the situation, the dynamic, is making a change to a situation that is deteriorating, and opening up the door towards that change, due to the fact that the relationship is deteriorating and not really in a good place. I say relationship, but this could really kind of extend to your relationships at work, the job in particular. Like you could be feeling this way about your job, right? So learning as much as you can on the job in order to kind of get away from the job situation because you feel like you're not making enough money, your boss is controlling, so all those factors can really play out, not just in your personal life, but also at work. But yeah, so ultimately you're going to make a decision to move away. You might not be able to do it right now due to a lot of outside factors, but it is a plan in motion. And so this is like a delayed plan for you in terms of like the execution, but you're already in your mind like plotting and planning your great escape. And so that is the end of the reading. I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment below how this is kind of like playing out in your life right now. Share the video with someone who you think could benefit from the reading. And also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for post notifications. Thank you again for listening, and I will see you guys soon.